Breaking. Princess Leonor, truth about her health shocks Spain. This will feel urgent, heartfelt, and human, like a real unfolding royal crisis. Context. Spain thought it knew the truth about its future queen. Scroll stopping interjection, but today, everything changed. Contrarian snapback, because what the palace just revealed about Princess Leonor's health is not what anyone expected. Spain has watched Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor grow from a smiling child at her father's side, into the poised, determined crown princess who stands ready to inherit the throne. She is the hope of a nation, the symbol of continuity, the living promise of Spain's monarchy. But in recent days, a single word has echoed across Spain: health. And now, as the palace makes a rare and emotional admission, the truth about Leonor's health has shaken Spain to its very core. Stay with me through this video, because what I'm about to share is not just a headline, it is a story of resilience, family, sacrifice, and a nation that suddenly realized how fragile its royal future truly is. 1. The first signs. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Princess Leonor continued her studies, continued her military training, continued to step into the public eye with the elegance of a future queen. But small details began to surface. The princess appearing slightly more tired during official duties. A missed event explained as a private matter. A rare photograph where her radiant smile seemed a little more forced than usual. The public dismissed it. After all, Leonor is young, strong, and prepared. How could health even be a question? And yet, whispers began to circulate. Not from tabloids, but from concerned observers who noticed what the palace was carefully not saying. Later in this video, you'll hear the shocking moment when King Felipe himself was forced to speak publicly about his daughter's health, a moment that left the entire nation silent. 2. Spain's crown under pressure. To understand why this revelation hit so hard, you have to understand Spain's history. For centuries, the monarchy has endured wars, divisions, exile, and rebirth. When King Felipe took the throne, many wondered if the monarchy could even survive the pressures of modern Spain. But then came Leonor, a young princess with grace beyond her years. A girl who studied, trained, and prepared not out of duty alone, but out of genuine love for her country. She became the face of renewal, the hope of continuity, the one figure everyone could rally behind. So when the word health began to be whispered, Spain felt the ground shake beneath its feet. Because if Leonor faltered, what would it mean for the monarchy's future? 3. The emotional ceremony. The moment arrived quietly. The royal palace released a statement, brief but heavy. For the first time, it acknowledged that concerns about Princess Leonor's health were not rumors, they were real. And then came the images. The king and queen by her side. The crown princess standing strong, but emotional. A ceremony that was meant to reassure, yet left Spain asking even deeper questions. The truth was finally spoken aloud: Princess Leonor's health had required private attention. The palace insisted it was not life-threatening. But the fact they had spoken at all was unprecedented. Because this family, so private, so protective, would only reveal such details if silence was no longer possible. And in that moment, the people of Spain realized just how much they love her, just how much she matters, and just how fragile the line of succession truly is. 4. Behind closed doors. What was happening inside Zarzuela Palace? Sources close to the family describe nights of worry, of difficult conversations, of Leonor insisting she could continue her training despite the concerns around her. Queen Letizia, ever protective, was said to be Leonor's fiercest advocate. She wanted her daughter cared for, shielded, and not forced to carry more than she could bear. King Felipe, torn between father and monarch, struggled with the same impossible question: how do you protect your daughter, while preparing her to rule an entire country? And Leonor herself. Friends describe her as determined, even stubborn. She is not someone who accepts weakness easily. To admit she was struggling, even just for a time, must have been one of the hardest things she has ever done. 5. The nation reacts. Spain erupted. Social media filled with messages of love, support, and concern. Crowds gathered at royal events holding signs of encouragement. Newspapers ran headlines not about politics, not about crisis, but about a daughter, a future queen, who suddenly felt more human than ever before. In Madrid, Seville, Barcelona, and across the small towns of Spain, people spoke of Leonor as if she were family. They prayed for her. They defended her. They reminded the world that behind the crown, behind the title, there is a young woman of just 19 years old, carrying the weight of centuries on her shoulders. And in that moment, Spain was united not by politics or ideology, but by love for Leonor. 6. What the palace didn't say. But here's where the story deepens. Because while the palace admitted to health concerns, it did not share details. Was it exhaustion? Was it stress from her military training? Was it something more serious? That silence has fueled endless speculation. Later in this video, you'll hear why some insiders believe this health scare may have been linked not to illness, but to the crushing pressure of preparing for the crown. 7. The hidden cost of duty. Royal duty is heavy. It looks glamorous, but it is not. Every step is watched, every word recorded, every expression analyzed, and for Leonor, it has been relentless. Military training at dawn, studies at night, public appearances in between. At just 19, she carries a schedule that would overwhelm even the strongest adults. Doctors often say stress is invisible, until it isn't. Could this have been the hidden cost of duty? This is where the story takes a turn. Because if the truth about Leonor's health is tied not to sickness, but to sacrifice, then Spain must ask, how much can one young woman be asked to give? 8. A father's words. The answer came in a moment no one expected. King Felipe, usually reserved, stood before cameras and addressed the nation. He did not go into detail. But his words carried the weight of a father's heart. My daughter is strong, he said. She is brave. She continues to serve with the same dedication she has always shown. But like all of us, she is human. And she needs our support. Those words broke the silence. They revealed the truth. Leonor's health was not just a private matter. It was now a national concern. And for the first time, the king reminded Spain that behind the polished image of monarchy, there is a family, vulnerable, human, and deeply in need of understanding. 9. Spain's love story with Leonor. What followed was extraordinary. Schools wrote letters. Children drew pictures. Hospitals sent flowers. Soldiers, who once trained alongside her, sent public messages of respect. Leonor, the crown princess, was no longer just a symbol. She became the beating heart of Spain's story. Her struggle, her resilience, her vulnerability made her more beloved than ever before. And perhaps, that is the unexpected gift of this shocking revelation. 10. What comes next? Now the world waits. Will Leonor slow down her duties? Will she recover fully? Will the monarchy adapt to protect her well-being? The palace insists she is strong, determined, and supported. But behind those words is a reality. The future of Spain depends not on a crown, not on a constitution, but on the health of one young woman. And as this story unfolds, one truth shines brighter than ever. Leonor is not just Spain's future queen. She is Spain's daughter, and her health is the health of the nation. This revelation has shocked Spain. But it has also united it. The truth about Princess Leonor's health reminds us all that even the most powerful families are still families. That even the strongest symbols are still human. And as Spain watches her journey, one thing is clear: the nation will walk with her, pray for her, and support her, not just because she is the crown princess, but because she is Leonor. And sometimes, love for a person is stronger than loyalty to a crown.